Oh, my test. Mhm. Hello, Mike Test. I'm scheduled to do my LS 10 minutes from now, but as usual, tinetest ko lang kung okay ang mga systems ko. So, let us first greet yung unang patalastas ko. Let us support the channels of my members na sila Ryan, na papakita ko isang video na ngayon. Si Lily Ragasa, Charlene Kim, Lady Nat, Judy Basco, Lady Queen B, the Fiat Lover, Detective Villa, and Caclea Fontello. Let us also support yung kay Tessa Vargas and her SSTV family. They are very supportive of this channel. So, let us also support Team Lintek. Si Ma'am Lintek po ang nagpag-graduate sa akin sa 1,000. Requirement para ma-monetize yung channel. Napakabait po niyan. Sa ikaunlad ng bayan, Unity team ni PBBM at BP Sara ay kailangan suportahan at patnubayan. Krati kong iginigit yang statement na yan. Pinatunayan yan ni Sara Duterte kamakailalan. About 6 hours ago, give up niya ang confidential fund dahil sa pagmamahal niya sa bayan. Okay. If you like this reliable channel, credible news stories, and analysis of the news, please support this channel. Nandito na po si Winsel Pisces. Okay. So, Winsel Pisces, kung mayroon kang short na tigwa 1 minute, sabihin mo sa akin na basta walang music I will try to play it here also. So, while I'm checking my other gadgets, please listen to the wonderful message of Ryan, one of my members, taken from the Bible po. This just barely less than 2 minutes.
5-2. Who is the Lord, that I should obey him and let Israel go? The King of Egypt, by Darren Campaigner. The big story of the Bible is the story of God's kingdom. God is the king over everything. The human king in Egypt was called Pharaoh, and this particular Pharaoh had no respect for the Lord, the one true God. This Pharaoh was cruel and oppressive and had made the people of Israel his slaves. Back in the book of Genesis, an earlier Pharaoh had assigned Joseph, a grandson of Abraham, to be second in command during a time of famine. And with God's help, Joseph had worked to ensure life, justice, and harmony. See Genesis 41 to 41:57. That was what a ruler was supposed to do. But in the book of Exodus, a few hundred years later, the situation changed dramatically. A new king to whom Joseph meant nothing come to power in Egypt. Exodus 1-8. This Pharaoh saw the descendants of Israel as a threat rather than as a people to protect. So he enslaved and oppressed them. Lord Acton, a British historian, is known to have said, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." The king of Egypt in Exodus embodied the human spirit of rebellion against the reign of God. That Pharaoh had great power, and he was not interested in the way of justice and life. So he oppressed and killed people instead. God's rule over the world, and his way of ruling the world, are always facing the resistance of human rebellion. Prayer. Father, forgive us when we follow the foolish way of the world. Bring us into the kingdom of your Son, We pray. Amen.
Okay, that is a short video of a wonderful video of my member Sara. Yan. Please subscribe and support her channel. Okay, thank you very much. Kung di pa kayo nakakapag-subscribe sa kanya, please do subscribe. So, punta na tayo sa first topic. How do I do this? May mga nagsasabi kasi si President Duterte ang may pakana ng kupla. Ito po, maraming vloggers ang nagkakalat ng ganito. Si Kuya Salaram Gamer is here. Si Kuya Bert Vlogs nandito po. Si Junior nandito po. Okay, ulit. Okay. So, yung mga ibang vlogger dyan, atake kay former President Rodrigo Duterte. Yung iba nga dyan, ang sabi nila, handa silang ipagtanggol si PBBM sa gustong magpabagsak sa kanya. Sana matupad nila ang adhikay nila. Because in this statement of President Rodrigo Duterte, former president, it already negates their campaign against them because in this statement, pinaka-recent statement, pinatunayan niya na sinusuportahan niya si PBBM. Bakit mo titirahin o babanatan ang isang supporter ni PBBM? Hindi ko maintindihan. Kung talagang hangad nila ang tagumpay ni PBBM, bakit mo babanatan ang sumusuporta kay PBBM? Dahil yung mga vloggers ay na admire si President Duterte ay binabanatan si PBBM? Hindi naman siya ang actually bumabanat. Yung mga vloggers wala namang alam. Puro dahil sa views lang ang ginagawa nila. Huwag niyong banatan yung si Duterte araw-araw. Si President Duterte araw-araw. Kung wala naman siyang ginawang masama, tayo, kini-criticize natin si FPRRD kung mayroon siyang maling ginagawa. Pero hindi natin inaaraw-araw na banatan siya. Yung mga vloggers na iba dyan, inaaraw-araw na nga si PRRD. Ito ang patunay na suportado ni PRRD ang ating Pangulo. Kasi ngayon lang napatunayan ni PRRD na maski yung partido niyang PDP Laban, hindi sumusuporta sa kanya. Samantalang ang partido ni PBBM na PFP ay hindi pumirma doon sa resolution na laban sa kanya. So napatunayan ni FPRRD na isa lang ang mapagkakatiwalaan niya, ang mga Marcoses. Nagbago na ang manner and tone of speech ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. Basahin natin po. ang statement po ng ating dating Pangulo. Duterte denies hand in the stabilization. Philippine Star po ang source ko. Dito prating may source. November 8, 2023. Sabi niya. O yan ang image ng dating Pangulo. Bata pa siya na. Former President Rodrigo Duterte, babasa niyo, is baffled. Hindi niya alam on how his name got dragged into supposed destabilization moves against the government. Ito mga vlogger ang may kagagawa niyan. Inaakusa siya dahil siya may kagagawa. Say, Puga Gaming is here. Okay. There were insinuations that Duterte is behind the moves. Yung sinasabi ni Browner. Okay. Sabi ng dating presidente, I really don't know how I was dragged into this. Duterte said at the Gikan sa Masa, para sa Masa program aired early yesterday morning over the SMNI. Oh. Ito, pakinggan natin kung anong sinasabi niya. Hindi ako nanonood sa SMNI. I assume that Philippine Star will not invent something. While Duterte admitted with talking to some retired generals, he denied plotting destabilization or coup. So, malinaw yan. Dinideny na niya. What I said during our meeting, among others, was as long as there is no issue of corruption, there would be no coup. Kung walang corruption, walang coup. Importante po yung statement niyang ganyan. Duterte said in a mixed English and Tagalog, what would bring down the government is if the people would know that their money is being spent on personal matters. Totoo naman po yung sinabi ng ating dating presidente. Atakin niyo ba dyan si Tatay Digong Duterte? Sa statement niya. Duterte said he might have been misquoted. He might have been misquoted because he does not think there is a serious issue of corruption in the government at this time. So, sabi pa nga niya, walang serious corruption in the government at this time. So, it goes to follow. Yung sabi niya, so there would be no coup because there is no issue of corruption. Hello, Iko. How are you? Kaya nga, nagtataka ako dito sa mga kaibigan kong vloggers. Parating inaatake si Rodrigo Duterte, former president. He added, he does not see any political turmoil. Walang gulo daw. Turmoil is gulo. I do not see any in the horizon, however short or long. I don't think there is, I don't think there are current issues big enough to create another turmoil. Unlike the previous, may mga issues na necessitated for some officers to rebel against the government. The biggest issue would be the corruption in the government that's rampant, uncontrolled, and unabated. Sabi niya. The former president is also confident that the current administration has corruption under control. So, kontrolado raw ng ating gobyerno ngayon sa pamamahalan ni PBBM. Ang corruption daw ay under control. Malinaw yan pagkasabi po ng dating presidente. And the current president is not corrupt. Yun. Sinabi niya na hindi po corrupt ang presidente. Kaya lang, Narcos, I would not say he is corrupt. However, I would not make a categorical statement on the others because I do not have the wherewithal to enter into a discussion about it. Wala siyang alam. Wala siyang enough information. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng wherewithals. Di ba? The former president also urged. Yan, ito na lang pinakamabigat. Basahin natin dahan-dahan po. The former president also urged the Filipinos to support. Yan ba ang magpapabagsak sa ating Pangulo? Sinusuportahan po niya si PBBM. Yun. The former president also urged the Filipinos to support Marcos. Yan ang sabi ng dating presidente. Bakit mo babanatan ang sumusuporta sa mga Marcos? Especially ngayon, na-approve na ni President Duterte na ang mga Marcos lang ang mapagkakatiwalaan ng mga Duterte. Yung iba, sinasaksak na sila sa likod tulad ng PDP laban sa partido niya. Only the Partido Federal ng Pilipinas ang hindi sumali sa House Resolution 1414. Pinakita ko yan kahapon sa aking research. Let us give the President sufficient time to attain his objectives. Bigyan natin siya ng panahon. Nananawagan pa nga siya na bigyan siya ng panahon. If he has fallen short, for him to correct it. Okay, hindi lahat ng moves ni Presidente ay tama. But let him, if he has fallen short, for him to correct it, it is too early. Still too early. Let us give our support for the government. May problema ngayon ang mga kaibigan kong vlogger. Yung at kikain nga nila na kukontrain ng sino mang gustong magpabagsak sa gobyerno. Paano na nila ngayon i-justify na atakihin si President Rodrigo, former President Rodrigo Duterte? Malinaw na sa statement niya to the DDS na sumusunod sa kanya na suportahan daw si PBBM. Lalo na if you belong to the kulto ni President Duterte. Sabi ng inyong poon, suportahan niyo po si PBBM. Tapos lalabas yun, ayaw nyo nang suportahan si PBM. Hindi kayo member ng kulto ni President Digong therefore. Ay, nako. Good evening, Jack, and everyone. Okay. Yan ang sinasabi ko. He is urging the Filipino people to support PBBM. Okay. Okay, nandito na po si Maribel Sabara. Mama Maribel, tama po kayo. Ang purpose ng makakaliwa ay ang contingency fund ni President. It is pleasing to hear PRRD praising PBN and give support. It will promote unity for sure to loyalists and DDS. O yan. Okay, tama po kayo. I will like to congratulate Miss Maribel Sabala kasi matama po ang insight niya. Nako, tatay kulto ako, pero I support the unity. Good to know. Pag unity pa rin tayo. Kasi from the start, alam ko, si Bapti Sara is for the unity team. I never doubted it. Pero I would like to commend Maribel Sabala na mayroon siyang statement in one of my LS na ang target daw ng makakaliwa is the Office of the President's Confidential Fund. Tumama na naman kayo. Nandito po, Iko. Mega love shot po, Tatay Jack first. This should be the correct time. I will talk to Texi instead of gabing-gabi na. I will try to give my next LS mga alas 3 dito hapon, alas 7 dyan. I think hindi na kami magkukonflict kasi usually 1 hour lang. Kasi I find out na maraming mga viewers ko ang hindi maka-attend sa late. It's 2, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, na in the evening, magiging 4 o'clock in the evening dyan. In the afternoon. Kaya nga, kung pakiusap ko text na ang time slot ko would be 3:30 if it's no longer it's in conflict po. I will not be in conflict with Texie anymore kasi usually she does her blog 5:30 to 7:30. So, I won't take that long. 3:30. Kaya lang, dapat lang sana huwag na kaming mag-conflict. Kaya iniiwasan ko eh. Kasi I would like them to have their own time. Okay. So, malinaw po yan. Yung mga atake kay President Duterte, nakala nila ay against PBBM is wrong. Kaya nga may problema sila, lalo na. It looks like si Amy at saka si Sara Duterte is magkadantem. Sino bang pagkakatiwalaan? Kundi si Amy, siguro ang katandem ni Sara, si Sigibuto Doro ang kanyang katandem eh. Kaya may problema ang mga vloggers na constantly attacking Sara Duterte. Paano pag nagtandem po yung dalawa? Marcos at Duterte. Kasi hindi po mabubuwag yan. Anong gagawin nila? Anong rason nila sa kanilang mga viewers? Okay. Ito yung patunay po, Ma'am Maribel, na tama kayo. Ang galing-galing niyong mag-analyze din po. Okay. Ito po, patunay. Nung nakita ko itong balitang ito, ay naalala ko si Ma'am Maribel. Tama po si Ma'am Maribel. Hello, Federico. Hello, Tokis. Shout out po. Okay. Tama po si Ma'am Maribel. Anong itinama? Ito, kapapasok lang, Ma'am Maribel. Pimentel raises need to test the legality of the intel funds for the office of the president. Oh, naku. Right on point po kayo. Right on point po kayo dyan. Kapapasok lang. Oo. Yan. Senate Leader Aquilino, Minority Leader Aquilino Coco Pimentel III on Thursday raised the need to test the legality of allocating intelligence fund to the office of the president. Di ba? Yan ang sinabi ko noon. Nagtagumpay ang Makabayang Black at saka si Ontiveros kasi Coco Pimentel in pagalitin yung tao. Okay. Vanessa de la Cruz is here. Inaro Stories is here. Okay. I think this will be my regular time. Vanessa de la Cruz, Carmen Temar, sabi niya, just protecting my one and only President Bongbong. Tumama po kayo. Yan. Para kayong propeta na nagsabi, yan ang target nila, si Office of the President. I just make this an appeal. Siguro in due time, kung meron tayong mga activist raw, listen to us, maybe a case can be filed with the Supreme Court to test the legality and grant of the Intel Fund to the Office of the President being a civilian agency. Oh. Yan ang ginamit po nila kay Sara Duterte. Oh, naku. Yun ang ginamit nila. Ngayon, gagamitin. Whatever is the explanation, the fact that the reason is for the civilian, he is the commander-in-chief. So, yun ang siya, you get the first medal today, Junior. O di ba tatay, inuna lang talaga nila kay BP Sara. At next na ang OP, ano ngayon ang gagawin ni FMR? Yun ang tanong ko noon eh. Oh. Di ba tanong ko, does he have the balls to remove the confidential funds of ako hindi ko payag, maski wala na yung confidential fund ni, don't get me wrong maski wala na yung confidential fund ni Sara, the president needs his confidential fund. Kasi dati nang mayroon yan eh. Ngayon lang nag-aalma, makakaliwa. Bakit hindi sila umalma nung time ni Pinoy? Ni time ni Gloria Macapagal. Bakit ngayon lang? Dahil Duterte at saka Marcos. Sabi niya, confidential funds are allocations that civilian government agencies use for surveillance activities. Supporting their mandate with intelligence funds are being used by uniformed military personnel and intelligence practitioners in sourcing the information related to national security. Pimentel said he has no problem with the allocation of funds for confidential OP. O sabi lang niya yan, as it is a civilian agency. O pwede naman pala, ang confidential fund sa civilian agency, nagsasalita na. Sabi niya, ingat, simple talk sabi niya, sabi ni Simple Talk, OP is a civilian agency, but it is highest agency in the land and needs to be protected. Pimentel is an alam ko ang ibig. Tatay, my two cents that they claim with people assuming arguments with matters of law. Why not of the authority? Correct. Ah, tamang po yung sabi ni BP Sara. Si BP Sara ang umamin. Let the Supreme Court decide. If the Supreme Court decides that it is unconstitutional, then don't allow every confidential and intelligence fund if it is not uh, 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 a true intelligence agency. The same. So for that, you get the second medal po in Inaro stories. Tama ka dyan. I have no problem pag dineclare ng Supreme Court na illegal. But so far, we based on our argument on the precedents. Noon dati, wala, it has never been questioned. It has never been questioned. The legality of the confidential fund, it is only being brought up right now. Why? Because of the Makabayan Block. Yung transparency. Okay. In my opinion, this is you agree that Pimentel is an EID? Same our sentiments na gagamitin nila para ma-realign din ang office. I am not in favor of realigning it. But if the Supreme Court decides so, we must follow the ruling of the Supreme Court. That is why I gave the second medal to Inaro Stories. Can you define what is a civilian agency? One that is does not have a military personnel in the agency itself. Wala siyang military personnel sa agency itself. Walang mga militar doon. If they are assigned, they are only attached. Pero they are not concerned sa military. Simple lang. Kasi lalagyan mo ng military ang Department of Ed. Parang martial law ang lalabasan. I don't know. I don't know how to explain the civilian agency. They take care of the ordinary needs of the civilians. Now, the military is after the security of the civilian. It is not for any other reasons. It is for the security of the civilians. But civilian agency takes care of the needs of civilians. Okay. Let's follow the lead of BP. Display respect to equal branch of the government, the executive deferring to the power of the Supreme Court. Laudable. Salute to the correct again. Yan ang next topic ko. Sabi ni, puro late kayo mag-comment kasi para mabigyan kayo ng medalya. Ang ganda ng mga komento nyo. Correct. Why now? Why now? Question. The office intel, bakit hindi noon ginawa yan? Kasi Marcos ang namamahala at saka Duterte. Kaya umalma yung so enough of that. Ito ang kanyang rason. The president himself as well as his office are consumers of intelligence already gathered by organized intel practitioners. Yung militar, under which are agencies, some agencies under the OP in the executive branch. Yun ang justification niya. Ay nako. Ito. So, ito. BP Sara, Pimentel also questioned the allocation of intelligence funds to the OP as it is the same office that is tasked to monitor the utilization of the useless. Pare-parehas na lang ang argumento. Ang point dyan is, yung ginamit nila kay Sara, kunwari si Sara lang ang una. Hindi nila binabanggit pa si Presidente. Ngayon, nagtagumpay sila kay Sara. Binabanatan na ngayon ang OP ang confidential fund ni Presidente. Yung mga bumabanat na vlogger tungkol sa confidential fund ni Sara Duterte. Ngayon, nagbigay na siya. Sabi niya, nagtagumpay ang bayan. Hindi niya alam na it is ang purpose niya is for the sake of unity. Okay, sabi, let's not reduce the issue of political difference. I'm not saying that there is a political difference. I'm questioning the motives. Okay. Inaro. Yeah, it's also good that they should have brought it up to Supreme Court before making such a move as removing the funds. That the proper method, the proper procedure should be, they should have brought it up to the Supreme Court, let the Supreme Court decide. What if the Supreme Court decides that it is legal? Tama, di ba? The proper method should have been, ipadaan mo na sa Supreme Court bago tanggalin. In that case, kung sabi ng Supreme Court po, inaro stories, na hindi pwede, dapat lang tanggalin. The fact naman is no petition to Supreme Court. Tama ka. The fact of the matter is no petition to Supreme Court in questioning the CIF of the OP during the time of previous administration, even though Pimentel, the third, were existing. Sa akin, Tatay Jack, let Pimentel debate with the OP. Let us see how good he is arguing against the OP's legal mind. Sila former Senator Nili, mabigat yun. Pero remember to, Kiss, number one sa board exam, sa bar exam, si Coco Pimentel. Matalino din. Okay. Ang akin nang, dapat ang ginawa nila, i-question sa Supreme Court. Pag nag-decide ang Supreme Court na hindi pwede, tanggalin yung confidential fund. Ngayon, hindi pa nagde-decide ang Supreme Court, gusto nilang tanggalin para ma-influensahan ang Supreme Court. Sa aking opinion lang yan. Hindi ko sinasabi niya ng katotohanan. Okay. Pakinggan natin ang una. Ang sabi ko, BP Sara, love of country comes first before self-interest. Can Speaker Martin Romualdez do the same? Yung mga tao dyan, batikos kay Sara, yung pala, siya ay mapagmahal sa ating bansa. Sabi ni, hindi na ako makapagputol, dami yung comments. Yes, Sarah's action is commendable. I gave her that. Pero so OP, I believe they will fight it, fight for it. Let us protect the president. Tell us selective. Okay. Hello, Tatay Jack Masanto Saka. One thing is, I am confident that Supreme Court will not go against the president. It's because uh, uh, the BBM is a majority president. Sana nga magboses anghel kayo. Simply elevating it to the is more appropriate. A conflict, correct. Simply, celebrating it to the Supreme Court is more appropriate. A conflict between the executive and legislative is settled by the Supreme, who is the authority of the correct. Very good. Inaro. That is a perfect po. Kaya nga, nabigyan ka ng medal. Tama po ang perspective mo. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Magagaling po mag-diskusyon dito ang tao. Chupenguin, ma'am. Okay. Magagaling po magdiskusyon ang mga tao dito. Magkaiba kayo sometimes magkaiba sometimes ang pananaw natin, pero very good po ang conversation. So, pakinggan muna natin yung ulat galing sa Philippine News Agency. Dito parating mayroong resibo. Hello, Charlie Kim. How are you? In other stories, Tio Peng, Tatay Jack. The petition filed by Attorney Barry et al. Is not about legality of the CF. Realigning CF is a prerogative of Congress. I haven't read the petition, but I don't think if ever realigning po is the same as removing po yung confidential fund. Why will they remove it? Because maybe tama ka ng konti. I will not argue with that. Sabi naman, you're correct. On the other, I think you are correct. Chupenguin. Sabi nga niya noon ni Vice President Duterte, it's up to you. Nasa sa inyo yun. In one of her statements, you can take it out. So that is not a question na prerogative nung power, because Chupaeng, she agrees it is the prerogative of the Congress. Na-i-block ko na yun eh. When the first, I think it was in September 23, niya sinabi yun. In their interest of frugality, sabi pa nga niya, if I remember right. You can do whatever with the CIF. But then, why elevate it to the Supreme Court if it is not a test of the legality of the confidential fund? You get what I mean? Simply, correct, but I want to see how good. Sutil ka talaga, Axel, ha? Oh. Gusto mo lang makakita ng magandang debate. Okay. Charlene Kim, nandito po. Okay. So, basahin muna natin ito. BP Sara upholds unity. Sinasabi ko na, let us set aside proposing CF for OBP. Siya na mismo nag-sacrifice. Ang sabi dito sa aking channel parati, love of country takes precedence. Yan ang perfect example po. Ah, ah, you got your point po. Next point din po, better exchange intelligent arguments than exchange by some political bloggers. So, okay, tama. Tama, kaya kung dito, gusto niyo ng intelihenteng diskusyon, eh dito kayo magpunta. May matututunan kayo. Kaysa yung mga, ang sabi nga ni Inaro Stories, na magaling ding vlogger. Kailan yung collab natin? Sabado ulit o Sunday dyan sa Pilipinas? Na wala kayong matututunan dun sa mga vlogger na puro hatred ang ipinipreach. Dito may matututunan kayo. Okay. Pakinggan. Huwag muna magkukomento, saka tayo magkomento mamaya. Ay, siya pala, I'll check on the Dow. The Dow is down 17 points. Not bad. Kunti lang. Okay. Hindi ako nababahala. So, basahin natin ang ulat. The Vice President and Education, umattend si VP Sara sa hearing mismo. Ganito po ang nangyari. Noong nag-executive session po sila, gusto ng mga senador yung ibalik yung confidential fund ni Sara. Kaya mayroong nag-leak na gusto daw ng mga senador na ibalik yung confidential fund ni Sara. Yun ang analysis ko. But biglang nagpasabi si Sara kay Senator Angara na ayaw na niya kasi divisive po ang confidential fund issue. Kaya yan yung ibinanggit ni Jinggoy Estrada. Pero nalik na po yung news na mayroong mga senador na gustong ibabalik yung confidential fund ni Sara. Kaso, nagpasabi ngayon si Sara Duterte kay Senator Angara na ayaw na niya because that is a divisive issue and she swore an oath to protect something like protect the integrity of the nation or something like that because she wants it to be united. I am paraphrasing. To ganyan po ang nangyari. Nung sinabi na niyo yun, yun na, agree na sila lahat, tanggalin na yung confidential fund. So, ang result, tinamaan pa rin pati ang Department of Agriculture na gusto magkaroon ng confidential fund. Okay. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Z. Duterte withdrew from asking confidential intelligence funds for the office. Okay? Ang office ng Vice President ay maaaring magmungkay ng I don't speak well in Tagalog. The office of the Vice President can only request budget for the proper implementation projects that will help alleviate and programs for the welfare of every Filipino family. However, the OPP will not pursue its original request of confidential fund. Duterte, who actually attended the hearing, who personally attended the Senate plenary debates for the budget of the OPP and the DPED, was commended. Pinuri siya. Kunwari lang yan. Pinuri siya ni Pimentel. Given his last manifestation by the President, I commend the President for now categorically stating to the House that it's not a deferral to our wisdom. He does not want it anymore, Mr. President. If that's how I understand it, I commend for the President. Even the who were against Sara Duterte now are praising him. Now they are praising him. Uh, uh, Pasukan ko nga yung collab mo, Tatay Jag. Hindi, collab po yan ni, ni, sumali ka kay Inaro. I'll give you the date. Sabado dito sa atin, uh, 10 o'clock siguro. 10 o'clock in the evening, ang collab namin dito sa States, ibang oras doon sa kanila, I don't know the time. Okay. Kaya, the more the merrier, maganda. Nandun si Papa B, nandun si Jack de Molay. Given his wala dyan ang gusto kong kanin. Oh. So, hindi teki itong sandali. So, ay naku, nagka-aberya. Mali na naman ang nakuha ko. So, balik na lang tayo doon sa hindi ko ma-play na naman yung sa Facebook. Hindi, ayusin ko lang ito konti. Ay, naku. So, ang aking komento po, dito po. Ay, nako, hindi teki si tatay na meron. Okay, dito na. BP Sara gives up her CFF request because it is divisive, while the speaker has DMA removed from her position because she was not able to sign the resolution supporting the speaker. Okay. Totoo yan. Wala akong sinasabing hindi po totoo. Ayan, yung Simply Talkies, yun ang time. Sabi ni Inaro, Tatay, let's make it po Saturdays, 11 p.m., 11 a.m. Pinas time. May urgent meeting lang ng this Sunday. So, Friday po sa amin. Mga 7 o'clock in the evening po. 7 o'clock in the evening po dito. 11 o'clock a.m. dyan po sa inyo. So, Simply Talk, 7 o'clock sa bukas. May collab kami ni Inaro sa channel niya. Approved. Magaling po yan si Simply Talkies. Sabi daw ni Senator Trinity said even the uh, BP gives up the CIF, it is still the prerogative of the Congress to decide. Palagay ko hindi na. Kasi nag-give up na siya. Eh, that is too late the hero. Okay. Aha. Too late the hero. Wala na. It's one. Okay. Balikan natin na aking malapit na more than 1 hour tayo. BP Sarap. So, question. That is yun. Nawala. Okay. Basahin natin to. Nakikita niyo ba? Okay. Sandali. Pasensya na kayo, hindi ako talaga techie. So, if I'm struggling, Sara gives up confidential fund request 2024 budget. Basahin natin. Nababasa niyo ba? Vice President Sara gave up her office request amounting to 500,000. Duterte was at the Senate hearing. Okay. Okay, ito. They will, according to Angara, they will no longer pursue the CIF. The reason why is because it seems to be divisive and the BP swore an oath to keep the country peaceful and strong. Ibig sabihin, hindi na bali yung self-interest niya basta she can make the country is peaceful and strong. That is an expression of love of country before your self-interest. Pwede bang gawin yan ni Speaker Martin Romualdez na i-give up niya ang self-interest? Kasi it is, dito magagalit ang mga makamartin sa akin dito. Kasi his recent moves is designed to protect his interest. Imagine firing, demoting Gloria Macapagal Arroyo ulit. Gloria Macapagal ulit. Just because she was not able to sign the resolution, yun pala, nasa abroad. Ay, naku naman. Naku naman, bakit mo ginawa yun? Kaduda-duda tuloy ang galawan ng ating mahal na speaker. Selfish lang po, trying to protect his turf, not for the benefit of our country. Like Sara Duterte giving up something that is very important to her. Nako, maling-mali po ang ginawa ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. Okay, nandito pa lang. After some clarification, yun na lang, yun ang gist. They will no longer pursue the CIF or CF. The reason why it seems to be divisive as the Vice President swore an oath to keep the country peaceful and strong. Okay. Kaya na, bababasa nyo dyan later on. Ang source ko po ay si Sara Bernadette Tamayo. I don't know what paper that is. So, Ang dissertation ko po, nasa unahan pala yung gusto kong italakay. Okay. The Bipper Sara gives up her request because it is divisive while the speaker has GMA removed from her position because she was not able to resign the resolution supporting the speaker. That wala akong sinabing dito to. Two contrasting moves. Talaga totoo yan. Nobody can question me on that, my assertion. Who of the two, BP Sara and Speaker, showed love of country comes first over self-interest? Kayo na mag-decide, hindi na po ako. Who of the two political personalities exercise love of country over self-interest? Kayo na po ang mag-decide. Hindi ko po sasabihin ang aking opinion. Kayo na po ang mag-decide. Yan ang crux of my argument. So, with that, magbabasa na lang ako ng comments and then we shall end our, nandito na po. Okay. Okay. Science, yun kan. Scenario stories, okay. See you, Paul. Okay. Tomorrow I'll check my schedule, okay? Si Tupeng is an argument that there was an appropriate item in the budget, but it was zero budget. So that can account, the OP can transfer, but you cannot realign more than the budget amount. Okay. Magaling talaga si Inano. Okay. Okay. It was categorical said that there was none. That is the primary basis for their petition. Okay. Siyempre po, Tiyo, according to the but the pros of the OP and OPP can always present it as an argument. Okay. Maganda ang talakayan. Unfortunately, mag-iisang oras na tayo. Okay. So, I have to cut short my LS today. I will leave it lang sa isang oras. Thank you, Inaro. Thank you, Simply Tokis. Thank you, Red One, Junior. Thank you for the comments. Na I enjoyed the LS. Although, magkaiba tayo ng sometimes ang perspektibo, at least matalino ang ating diskusyon. Congratulations po. Congratulate ko rin si Mings Maribel na tama po ay yung your theory was correct and is correct. But sana wag matanggalan ng ang confidential fund ni President Bongbong Marcos. Sabi nga sabi ni President Duterte, President Marcos is not corrupt. Hindi po corrupt si Presidente Marcos. Okay. Hindi po corrupt si Presidente Duterte na ang nagsasabi. Yung mga bumabatikos kay President Duterte, ano masasabi niyo ngayon? Ano masasabi niyo ngayon? Okay. That's the same. It will be interesting to we learn just the same essence of the correct. Dito, we have the democracy dito sa aking channel. Respectful, Parang nasa Supreme Court, they are respectful in presenting their arguments. Hindi pwede yung bastos sa Supreme Court na magpresent po ng argument. Okay. Bye-bye. I love you all. Thank you very much for making this live stream very interesting. To the host, oh, pumasok yung